الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين. Continuing in the miraculous legislation of the Quran, in which the Quran singled itself out in human history as the only document that established guidelines and parameters for what the rest of the world was not ready for and was not able to accomplish. So we're talking about the wondrous Quran and how it legislates justice, behavior that creates a fairness and equity, a sense of equality, a sense of mutual respect, a sense of legal guarantee of freedom and rights and preservation of people's treatment in the best. Who could tell me what is the most consequential verse of the Holy Quran? Because we've talked about it before, inshallah. When it comes to Islamic law. Because, okay, what's Sharia? The first ayah comes up is إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُكُمْ بِالْعَدْلِ وَالْإِحْسَانِ وَإِيتَاءِ ذِي الْقُرْبَى وَيَنْهَى عَنِ الْفَحْشَاءِ وَالْمُنكَرِ وَالْبَغْيِ يَعِظُكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَذَكَّرُونَ. So he says, truly God commands to justice. God is commanding justice is the beginning fundamental command of divine law. After that, people can learn to excel and go beyond and have ihsan, to sacrifice their rights for others, to go out of their way so that others could have, even whenever they have a right. But first, justice has to be established. Otherwise, how could you expect anybody to go beyond justice and preserving the family bonds and connections and rights? In the Quran, it talks about what is the purpose of the prophets. Why were prophets even sent? Our worldview of prophethood and revelation. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا رُسُلَنَا بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ وَأَنزَلْنَا مَعَهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْمِيزَانَ لِيَقُومَ النَّاسُ بِالْقِسْطِ. We sent the messengers, and the messengers came with the scriptures. And the scriptures came with the clear understanding of right and wrong and how to balance your life. And they were sent to establish fairness and just dealing. So the word qist in Arabic, it means a just decision-making process, right? Adl is the system of justice. It is the judgment that is informed by qist. Qist is the how should I take care of this according to Islam? How should I treat this person and make them feel comfortable? That's qist, right? Weighing out the proper assessment and making sure it's done right. Adl is that people generally feel like they've been treated right and there is a standard of justice. إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُكُمْ أَن تُؤَدُّوا الْأَمَانَاتِ إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهَا. Truly God is commanding you to fulfill the trusts to their proper owners. وَإِذَا حَكَمْتُمْ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ أَن تَحْكُمُوا بِالْعَدْلِ. And if you're going to make judgments between people, make sure that you understand the obligation to establish justice. So before justice, people have to feel a sense of responsibility of the rights of others. تُؤَدُّوا الْأَمَانَاتِ إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهَا. So he's giving you the proper frame of mind so that you don't feel this burden of being fair without having a system to achieve it. A lot of people who follow other religions say, well, there's some good teachings. We all know you should love your parents and respect them and be good to the poor. But outside of the good deeds that every common, even the atheist humanist would agree upon, they don't have really a system, a philosophy of living, a philosophy of understanding divine law. As we said, وَإِذَا قُلْتُمْ فَعْدِلُوا وَلَوْ كَانَ ذَا قُرْبَى. If you're going to speak, make sure you speak with justice. Make sure what you say is understanding Islam and understanding people's rights and that you are speaking on that. Even if it be against your own close family. And here's where Muslims have strayed, obviously. Because the tribalism and the nationalism will make somebody defend their family member or defend the people of their country when they know they're wrong, but they don't want to look like they're going against the grain. This is completely unacceptable. So Harvard University ranks the 4th university in the international ranking. All of the people of the university of the world took all of the statistics and what people do and what people become when they leave these universities. They said Harvard University is number 4 in the world. Harvard University had a project they put together in the law department. The faculty of law said, okay, this was back I think 2012, they said let's gather as many quotes from international treatises on rights, and let's pick and vote 3 quotes that we'll put over on the entrance door to the library of the faculty of law. Okay, so they gathered all of these quotes from all over the world and all these different religious and philosophical and so forth, and they came with 3 quotes that they voted are the best. And one of those was Surah An-Nisa, verse number 135. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين بالقسط شهداء لله ولو على أنفسكم أو الوالدين والأقربين إن يكن غنيا أو فقيرا فالله أولى بهما. So the ayah says, O you who have claimed faith, you must be firm and standing up for justice as witnesses to God, even if it be against yourselves, against your parents, against your family members, whether they are poor or rich. Know that God will take care of them. You just have to say the truth. It is not your job to deviate for what you think will be getting you on the good side of those that are wealthy, or feeling guilty about someone who's poor but yet they've done a crime, so now you will not speak the truth, right? And then it says, do not follow the desires of people lest you go astray, and God is always aware of what you are doing. And so they said that this, along with one quote from the Magna Carta and one quote from St. Augustine's writing on humanity, those were the 3 quotes they chose. Again, this is an illiterate man in the middle of the desert. Magna Carta is all of the Greek thinkers, the greatest philosophers came together and spent a lot of time putting together these ideas to bring this Italian, I think they were Italian, masterpiece of law. St. Augustine has read all of the scriptures and all of the Greek thought, and he has sat with and trained with all of the priests and all of the people, and he came up with his ideas. Again, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He is who he is because he is Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So we see in the Quran this notion of those who would kill, يَأْمُرُونَ يَقْتُلُونَ الَّذِينَ يَأْمُرُونَ بِالْقِسْطِ مِنَ النَّاسِ, that there were people who claimed scripture, but when they found somebody standing up for justice, they would kill them. And they would even kill prophets, as is mentioned in the Bible. So last but not least, Allah is talking about who are the believers. شَهِدَ اللَّهُ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُوَ وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ أُولُو الْعِلْمِ قَائِمًا بِالْقِسْطِ. If you know who God is and you're testifying to His oneness and you're promoting the truth of God, then you will be known for justice, even-handed dealing, equity, fairness, self-accountability, tribe accountability, holistic accountability. This is something that we saw in our texts. We have seen it. When those people came up and did it right, the world was in awe, the people's society flourished. When they lost that, everything went down because the people have turned on the Holy Quran. Ya Allah, we ask you to strengthen us and empower us with the Holy Quran and make us the people who stand for justice.